So you can walk into pretty much any liquor store and find bourbon prices ranging from the highs to the lows, right? Anywhere from $20 all the way up to $250, $300. But how much do you really have to spend for a good quality bottle of bourbon? Well, I've got 8 that I'm going to share with you that I reach for quite a bit, and they're under $50. So stay tuned. I think it's a good list. So let's get into it. So Redwood Empire is a pretty good bourbon. It's nice. It's a nice solid bourbon. $35. It's 90 proof. Distilleries are undisclosed, but they're sourcing whiskeys from, say, Kentucky, Indiana, Tennessee, and California. Now, they say it's a non-age statement, but I hear through the grapevine, okay? You know, people talk. Yeah, people talk. People got loose lips. They don't want the age to be out there, but they give us a roundabout figure where what the bourbon is as far as the age. And it says anywhere between 4 and 12 years are mixed into this particular bourbon. So that's not bad. Mash bill is 75% corn, so you're going to get a lot of sweetness to this, along with some rice spice coming in at 21%, and then multi barley bringing up the rear at 4%. So one thing I can say about this particular bourbon that I really like, that it really nails the caramel, vanilla, and oak really well. And along with some mixed nuts, I think that you get a little nuttiness out of this. So yeah, Redwood Empire at $35, 90 proof. I think that's a solid purchase. So if you like double oak, as I do, this is an excellent purchase. 2XO American Oak Series coming from Dickman Deadman. This premiered in 2023 when this first came out. And we're not sure what the mash bill is, but it's a nice blend of whiskeys with a high rye mash bill of 18%. So you get that double oakness, that oak, and you taste that wood. It's sweet, and then you get this nice peppery, spicy, warm notes of rye. One of the other notes I get out of this that I really like is toffee. Get nice toffee, oak, and spice. So I think this is a really nice one that you want to just sit by the fireplace. It's winter time now and just relax. The proof is 92 proof. Yeah, 92 proof. So Dickman Deadman Double Oak, American Oak Series. Please, if you like double oak, this is a good one. Next on my list, Green River Distilleries, Kentucky Straight Bourbon. Everything from here being Kentucky Straight, straight from Kentucky, of course. 90 proof. It is $35. The mash bill is 70% corn, 21 rye, and then 9% multi barley. So you want to get a nice sweet note with this because of that high corn element, but still that spice is a perfect blend at 21%. This is cold chill filtered, meaning that they chill the bourbon to make sure that the elements of fatty parts gel together, and then they can strain it off. It's like when you make greens, collard greens, and you cook your collard greens with ham hocks, and it's all nice and good. But when you put it in the fridge and you take it back out, it's a little gelled. It's because the fatty and the juices all clumped together. So same thing for those who know anything about collard greens and ham hocks. I know about that. I know all about that. Yeah. Okay, next is Old Grandad 114. This is just a really good high proof spicy bourbon. At 114, that's a pretty good proof. It's coming in at 63% corn, 27% rye, and then 10% multi barley. $33. Nice, spicy, that hot cinnamon taste and that corn sweetness. It makes wonderful drinks as far as cocktails, but to sip this on ice is fantastic. I love it. It kind of reminds me, because do I have that in here? No, I don't have Wild Turkey 101 in here, but it could be in this batch. But this sort of reminds me of Wild Turkey on steroids. It's just that same kind of spice, sweetness, caramel. So yeah, Old Grandad 114, I think that's a solid purchase for $50 and under. Next, I think it's pretty good, is George Dickle 8-year bourbon, Mr. Underrated Bourbon. And this is 90 proof, coming in at $30. 84 corn, 8% rye, and 8% multi barley. So you come in with a nice sweet corn, almost like a corn whiskey. But you're still, with that rye spice, is still there. You can get that pepper. So to me, what I get out of this is heavy on the caramel. Heavy on the caramel. You got some of that vanilla coming in there. Then you have some nice black pepper. I think it's a perfect blend of a sweet bourbon. So if you haven't given George Dickle a try, 8-year, go ahead. Go and reach out to Tennessee. They're coming out with some really good stuff. All right, next is one of the best bottle and bonds that's out there to me. Evan Williams, Bottle and Bond, Kentucky Straight Bourbon, and this is coming in from Heaven Hill. Now, this is a caramel bomb, nice and sweet, a little spicy, not much, just a little spice on it. This, I think, is coming in at $23. Well, I think it's less than that. Maybe it's like 18, 19. At any rate, this is a solid, underrated bourbon. It drinks way above its price point. It's a bottle and bond, so it's coming in at 100 proof, straight, or on the rocks, or in a cocktail, whatever you want to do with it. It's cheap enough that if people come over and want to mix this in cold, you really don't care. Next is Russell Reserve 10-year solid bourbon. Solid. It's coming in at 90 proof. It is $47.99. This just has a robust, mature oak and caramel taste, but that oak is really in here. The 10 years really did it well, although they watered it down to 90 proof. But I mean, you have other expressions if you wanted to get higher in the proof range, but it's going to cost a little bit more. But this one is pretty good. This is a nice, sweet and spicy, 75% corn, 13 rye, and 12 multi barley. So you get that real nice rye spice. This comes in a little bit more of a hot cinnamon spice, and nice sweet corn, caramel more so than vanilla, and you get a couple other things in there, that cloves and all kind of nice baking spices. If you haven't tried Russell's 10-year, this is good age, good price, definitely worth buying for 50 and under. And last and not least, this is just a representation, because what I have here is Knob Creek 9-year single barrel coming in at 120 proof. This is not the one I really want to tell you about, because this is $64. But I didn't have the one that I wanted to show, which is the Knob Creek 100 proof. And that runs around, I think, $47, I think, something 50. And that is like a go-to for me. It's just a brown sugar bomb, just like it's what Joe Louis. It's a brown bomber, And the thing is, it's 9 years, and I actually judge other bourbons off this. When I want to do a taste and see how much I like a bourbon, I'll gauge it against the Knob Creek 100 proof, not the 120, but the 100 proof. So I guarantee you, if you go out and get that one, that's high on my list. One of the best bourbons that's out there as far as I'm concerned in that price range. But if you want to stretch your dollar, just 14 more bucks or so, this 120 proof, man, this is good. This is real good. But we're not here to talk about 50 and over, but I just thought I'd put that out there. Just give you a little something to think about. You get that raise, or you just have that extra cash. If you want to try it, please do it. Please try it. But that is my 8 bourbons for under $50. That's bringing back out. All right, bourbon lovers, this is my lineup for 8 solid bourbons, part 1, because I have to do a part 2. I have to. There's too many out here for me to just say 8. So there's going to be a part 2, maybe a part 3. But what I want to know is, what did I leave out? Let me know what your favorite bourbon is, or what would you put in this under 50 category. And I'll put it into my next YouTube show. And no consultation fees for your input. Yeah. Can't do that. That's I'm just saying. It's just love here. Just love. We're just sharing. We're sharing. We like to share. We all, yeah. So that's what it's all about. Listen, this one I'm going to share with you right now is the best way to enjoy your bourbons, to drink it the way you like to drink it. The best way to drink it is in a responsible way. And that also means, hey, man, not breaking your bank. See you next time on The Bourbon Shop.